Good evening. I'm Jared Miner, wine enthusiast, reviewer, and wine explorer. Tonight, we are pouring, exploring, and experiencing the character, style, and story behind three wines together. So settle in, raise a glass, and let us discover the poetry in the pour. Tonight, we're looking at three Delatte wines from Vietnam. I'll be tasting them from lighter and drier styles through to sweeter and more intense wines. Delatte is one of Vietnam's best-known wine regions, but it's still developing wine area rather than a classic European terroir. The region's cool highland image, commercial production scale, and adaptation of grape sourcing and winemaking methods are all important parts of the story. In practice, many wines marketed as Delatte wines reflect a combination of local branding, regional identity, and grapes suited to warmer Vietnamese conditions. Tonight's lineup is Chateau Delatte Traditional, Vang Delatte Superior, and we'll end tonight's tasting with Chateau Delatte APEC 2017. The Chateau Delatte Traditional 2023. This wine is produced by Ladora Winery and one of the most established names in Vietnamese wine, and the Chateau Delatte line is one of the best-known premium domestic brands. The region's cool highland identity gives the wines a fresh image, but the broader industry is still shaped by commercial-scale production and local taste preferences. The grape for this wine is Cabernet Sauvignon. In the glass, this looks medium ruby, a bit brick on the nose. I get red cherry, red plum, and a light floral note. Very simple, fruit-forward profile. On the palate, this is medium-bodied with medium acidity, soft tannins, straightforward finish, highlighting the cherry, plum, almost a hint of dark chocolate, and a umami earthiness. Reminds me of fresh, thick mud at the side of a lake. Overall, this feels clean, easy to drink, and uncomplicated. It's balanced, but not complex. Next, we have the Vang Delatte Superior 2024. This wine is another example of the more accessible domestic style associated with Delatte. Like many regional Vietnamese wines, it is designed to be approachable and fruit-driven rather than heavily structured. This is a Cardinal and Syrah blend. In warm climates, Cardinal is important because it can ripen reliably and produce generous fruit, but it usually comes best in wines meant for quick enjoyment rather than long aging. That makes it a practical choice for commercial Vietnamese red. This wine is also medium ruby. The nose shows ripe red cherry, plum, a touch of blackberry with a light spicy note, maybe a bit of clove. On the palate, it's very medium bodied with moderate acidity, soft tannins, and a smooth finish. It's much sweeter, but there's almost a very berry, almost jammy forwardness to it. Compared with the first wine, this feels a little riper and rounder with slightly more fruit sweetness. And I get much more ripe blackberry and slightly unripe raspberry. Nice tang to it at the end. And finally this evening, we have the Chateau Delatte APEC 27. This wine is produced by Ladora Winery and carries the most historical and diplomatic significance in the lineup. Chateau de Lot was selected for official serving during the 2017 APEC summit in Vietnam, which gave it exceptional visibility and prestige. APEC stands for the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, a major regional summit for economies around the Pacific Rim. In 2017, Vietnam hosted the summit, and this wine was used in the official context of those events, which made it a symbolic showcase for Vietnamese wine on the international stage. The blend for this bottle, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and Merlot. A useful grape note here is that red Bordeaux-style grapes such as Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot, when used in warm or transitional climates, can bring black fruit structure and a more serious frame. Cabernet Sauvignon usually contributes cassis, black currant, cedar, and firmer tannins, while Merlot tends to give plum, black cherry, and softer texture. Let us see what notes we learn. Once more, this wine appears medium to deep ruby. On the nose, I get cherry, strawberry, and ripe plum straight away. Secondary notes of vanilla, black pepper, and cocoa from oak aging. On the palates, it's medium to medium plus bodied, with medium acidity, ripe tannins. The fruit here is more concentrated. The oak adds a sweetness and spice, but also helps balance out the tannin. It also has a much longer finish than the earlier wines. Personally, I think the oak adds a nice leatheriness to the smell and even the taste. I didn't pick that up at first. It's a very nice, comfortable mouthfeel. I could definitely drink that wine, share it with a nice, rich dinner. This is the most important wine in the lineup from a history point of view because its link to APEC makes it part of Vietnam's modern wine identity, not just its commercial wine market. Overall, this short tasting shows a range of styles in de Lot wines, from simple and approachable reds to slightly sweeter commercial wines, and even the more premium-leaning bottle, the standout wine for history and identity, of course, being the Chateau de Lot APEC 2017. Thank you for joining me tonight and sharing in this journey through the glass. I'm Jared Miner. Until next time, keep seeking the poetry in the pour.